What is your I was into X before it was cool thing. For what it's worth, when I skied Alta, there was a noticeable difference. Scraping off the snow aside, snowboarders tend to be better at turning one direction than the other, which means they have more of a scalloped turn sequence. Decent skiers can usually turn pretty symmetrically and work their way down the fall line. So when the run starts to bump out and turn into moguls, the bumps at skiers' only resorts are much cleaner and more symmetrical, which makes them a joy to ski. You could literally see and feel the difference in the runs. My dad, who was a ski bum in the 70s, noted that it felt more like it did back in the day, just smaller since skis are shorter now, no more moguls the size of VW bugs. I won't hold it against Alta, or Deer Valley or MRG, if they can sell enough tickets to keep operating without allowing boarders, that's their right. It is cool that you can go there and experience expert terrain that's untouched by anyone but skiers. I usually travel with at least one snowboarder, so I won't be going to those places very often, but I like that they stick with it. Snowboarders do this thing where they turn sidewise and scrape down the mountain when it gets steep. Kinda like if you turned sidewise and dug in your edges a little and just slowly drifted down a slope. This is annoying. BC the sound is awful, and BC it ruins the snow. It gets pushed to the sides and leaves the area they have passed through bare and hard to ski on. Boarders have a tendency to sit in the snow to rest, whereas skiers will typically stand BC of the nature of the boots and the balance. This means that snowboarders are far more likely to be in dangerous positions on the slope where people up trail can't see them to avoid them. I first saw The Simpsons when it was a sketch on the Tracy Ullman Show, and thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I was ecstatic when I learned they were making a full cartoon of it. I watched it religiously up until about season 15 or 16 before I finally switched to every once in a while like we all eventually did. I feel you. The love is there. But it had to evolve. They used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what they're with isn't it anymore, and what's it seems weird and scary. It'll happen to you. Grandpa Simpson, does you/mystery team know you are on their account? What are you cackling at, fatty? Too much pie, that's your problem. Don't want to brag, but I bought some N95 masks the second week of January. *edit Well, some do, some don't, but I've never been in this position before and am unsure of the etiquette. So thanks for the upvotes and the awards. From a 62-year-old, Canadian woman who's a bit overwhelmed. Someone had a big brain moment. I thought it was a big brain thing to do when I bought like 30 of them for a big group of friends and I who were going to a summer festival together, when the entire West Coast US was on fire the summer of 2018, causing a lot of smoke problem for some festival campgrounds. Anyway, nobody ended up using a single one cause we were all busy getting drunk and doing drug and being degenerates. Then COVID hit and I had my galaxy brain moment when the N95 masks were being sold at like $7 to $10 a unit. I was out for the night back when I was 17/18/19. A friend and I went to a good pub in Oxfordshire where we thought we'd have a chance to pick up some girls. Ended up getting drunk, taking an E and listening to the band who were pretty good. After their set we popped out of the pub for a quick joint. The band walked over and asked for a toke. Ended up spending the rest of the evening in the back of their van smoking weed and drinking. Turned out that the band was an unknown indie/rock group called Radiohead. A couple of weeks later Creep went international. Been a fan ever since. Edited to correct some piss poor spelling. Edited again. Wow, never thought this would blow up anywhere near this much. Thank you to the generous people who have given me awards, especially the gold one. Sent an electronic mail message from my car using a HP 48G calculator and a ham radio in 1993. That feat got published in a technical magazine. Nothing about that first sentence sounds cool, but I know the G is for gangster. Edit. Thanks for all the love, upvotes, and awards. To answer the common questions, I wrote a terminal emulator for the 48 Guaranis. That talked to a terminal node controller, which is like a modem to interface between the calculator and radio. The message, Don't remember the exact details, but I was 16, so it probably went to my mom's Prodigy account to say hi mom, went through the ham radio packet network until it hit a node with an internet bridge. The car was my POS 88 Mustang that I bought for $1,800. Lastly, the source for G is for gangster as it relates to HP 48G comes from the incredible Nerdrap Entertainment System album by YT Cracker. Had Tesla stock at $28. Saw an article about it with a starting price of $10. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Yet, oddly, I didn't think I was that early. Like they seemed big to me and bought a kit 100 shares. Was my first investment and got nervous at $240-ish and sold. Shit, a 2,400% return is nothing to scoff at. Still sucks that you aren't making the $1,895 that it's at today, but you win some you lose some. Edit, of course my top comment would be factually incorrect. For whatever reason I didn't know how to calculate percent return on investments. I blame the American education system. I was also using the wrong initial investment number. I assumed they had bought in at $10 instead of at $28, which still makes my math wrong, but at least it's a little closer to correct. Smiley face. The real percent return would be 757.14%, 1,200 to 28/28, asterisk 100 equals 757.14%. Buy at $28. Sell at $240. Closer to a 1,200% return, but still pretty damn good.